Hello and welcome to Stage Matters, the podcast that gets right into the heart of what happens when artists take the stage. I'm your host, Arvind Murli, and it's great to have you with me. On this podcast, we are cutting through the noise to understand the true essence of what makes a performance soar, what challenges performers face, and how they consistently deliver those transcendent moments. I'll be chatting with amazing artists and performers, from seasoned veterans to rising stars, to hear their stories directly. We'll discuss the highs, the lows, the techniques, and the mindset that defines their approach to performance. If you ever wondered what it truly feels like to command a stage or what goes into those breathtaking artistic moments, you're in the right place. Let's pull back the curtain and dive into Stage Matters. My next guest is not only just a brilliant young Carnatic vocalist, but he's also an exceptional Carnatic whistler, believe it or not. He's none other than Bharath Narayan. Hi Bharath, welcome to Stage Matters.
Hello.
Thank you for talking to me.
Thanks for inviting me.
So why did you become a performer?
I've been majorly influenced by my parents, Palakkad KL Sriram and Dr. G. Baby Sriram, who are both live musicians. My father also being a re-recording artist who sings, plays the flute, has also helped in programming and a lot of those things. Something that inspires the most in both of them are live stage performances. Both Indian Carnatic classical and fusion or semi-western or fully western music, where film songs are also involved. So that really inspired me to also become a live performer in the first place.
Can you describe to me of initial first performance that you saw and of somebody and said, wow, I want to do this?
Oh, there are many actually, but it's very difficult for me to pinpoint because
whatever comes to mind.
For example, literally any concert of Vidwan Abhishek Raghuram, his concerts are like really, it hits you very different. The kind of thunderous performance that he has, every single concert of his hits you different. Ramakrishnan Murthy, again, I'll just stick to my side of things, which is Indian Carnatic classical. So Ramakrishnan Murthy is good. Kunnakudi Balamurali Krishna Anna is very good. So these musicians are like the peak in terms of youngsters who are like reaching their 30s and 40s. So their music, like every time I listen to them, it hits very hard. And also yester generation musicians who are no more today, like G.N. Balasubramaniam, Tiger Vardachari, so many people, their music really inspires you to be, oh wow, I want to sing, I want to perform something like this. I want to create this effect with my music. So that has a very, very serious implication on how you go about with this art.
How was your understanding of what performances evolved from the time you started till now?
So starting to perform live concerts, it's initially filled with a lot of fear, self-doubt, and because Carnatic music concerts usually involve a lot of preparations, because there are various nuances. Let's say ragam, let's say you have a specific kind of order that you need to follow, like you have a varnam, a composition of Lord Vinayakar, and then a third, a fast-paced composition where you're supposed to sing a bit of manodharmam, where you can build your own ideas in terms of ragam and swaram. It's called as manodharmam, where you'll be given a set of rules in terms of the ragam and you perform. Like so many different rules are there. You are not supposed to repeat the same composer's song again. You have to involve many composers, and you have to create the list in such a way that ragams don't clash. There must not be very equally sounding ragams. Even if they must be very different. The pace, the speed that you sing, the way that you sing must be very different. Even if you're the one artist who's performing a typical 2-hour concert. So initially you don't really get 2-hour concerts. You start with 30 minutes, 45 minutes, where every single thing that you want to sing is like completely trained, like from scratch from your teacher, where you might even, many people, you might even by heart Manodharma Swarams, because they are not capable enough to do Manodharma on their own.
Okay.
So whatever little that they know, they give the idea to the teacher, and the teacher builds it for them. They give them like a chart plan.
Okay.
And then they build it up when they sing. So that's how it starts.
Okay.
And then as you move on further, as you keep moving on, you listen to other artists literally sing the exact same composition that you sung.
Okay.
Considering the first, let's say if you're singing Mohanam Varnam. The same Ninnu Kori Mohanam Varnam can be sung by like great Vidwans in a just amazing fashion. So you can listen to that. You can listen to peers of your own age, peers slightly elder or younger to you in terms of music. I mean, not just age. That also you can take into consideration on how you can improve. And considering how far I've come, even if I'm just a youngster, I'm 26 now and just starting to perform for the past 5-6 years. I started to perform seriously. Considering how much of a change that has been, like that you start from getting inspired to full-blown, complete full-blown manodharmam, and your own planning, your own set of compositions, and your own coordination with other artists. And Carnatic concerts are not solo, where you have to perform with different accompanying artists, and it is not really the same team that you perform all. It's like not like a band, generally speaking. There are exceptions to the case, of course. Sangeeta Kalanidhi, Sanjay Subramaniam sir performs with one set of artists. Not many get to do that. Like, for example, I perform with a multitude of artists. So I need to understand their style of performing, their style of what kind of school of music that they follow, both in terms of melody and layam. Layam means rhythm. So with all those things in mind is how you evolve. That experience teaches you on how you can take forward your style of singing. For example, on one concert, let's say you take song A, and then unfortunately you sing it in a very fast pace. You feel so rushed. You understood that after starting. That is an experience. That is how you evolve. So next time you sing this composition, you must be sure that, okay, last time I screwed up, this time I'm not going to screw up. I'm going to start a little slow. And that also involves your rhythm section. If the mridangam or the ganjira artist unfortunately has a tendency to slow down or speed up, you should have that in your ultimate control, where you must have practiced a lot of basics in terms of talams and swaram building, so that you can keep your metronome in hand. In Carnatic concerts, there is no fashion of having a metronome. There are no conductors, nothing of that sort. It's still very, very much traditional, both fortunately and unfortunately. So you have to be that equipped. Your talam skills or your metronome, your inbuilt metronome must be that strong. Start to finish on one song must be as similar to where you started as possible. I mean, we are not computers. It can never be exact. That's also the beauty of music, right? So that's how you evolve. This is just one part. There are like a million pieces, just one piece of the puzzle.
You were briefly touched upon preparation. Can you take me through your preparation process? If let's say you have a kacheri tomorrow.
Sure. So if I have a kacheri tomorrow, I hope that kacheri is a week away and not tomorrow. Because it involves some level of pre-stage coordination with your artists. Where you have to prepare a list of compositions that you sing. And you also have to take in account the venue. For example, because Carnatic music is so intertwined with devotional and gods and all, so you have to consider the venue. For example, if it's the venue's placed at a temple, like if it's sponsored by a temple, it's better using compositions that hark back to the god, that deity that the temple worships, the temple is based on. So like that, you have to have considerations in listing out. So this is a very important part of the preparation. Like I said, there are certain rules on listing out for a Carnatic concert. You have a varnam. You have then, this is like what most people follow. This was said by Tiger Varadachari sir, like way back. I'm talking 68 years back. And it's still followed, where of course people have changed it, but the base architecture is still followed. So you have a varnam, let it be aditalam or atatalam. Again, I don't want to go too detail in that right now. And then you have... You have to make sure the ragams don't again clash. The talam should not clash. You should not be repeating talam twice and thrice, where it will start becoming boring for the mridangist to play. And you must have different tempos. So it will again be very interesting for both the mridangist and the violinist to perform with you. That contrast is very important. So that is how you plan. And you have to inform whatever you have planned to both your artists. It's very important. You should not just get up on stage and expect these people to know what you're going to do. And we should also understand the fact that if we perform 10 concerts a year, those guys perform like 50, 60 concerts a year. So musically, they are so far ahead. Even if you don't inform them, they have the prowess to completely dig a grave
for interrupting, but I thought that was very common in Carnatic.
Sadly, it is very common. Sadly, it is very common. That indiscipline is unfortunately very common. And I wouldn't blame that on the performers, I would blame that on the teachers. Many teachers are not necessary to be performers. So sometimes they lack the experience or the understanding to do this. To me, it feels very basic. I mean, they are musicians with you. You have to give them the due respect to, send them the list. At least also, some people even forget to inform what pitch they are singing in. They assume that they'll go to YouTube and say, that's not their job. You're not paying them for it. You're paying them for their performance. So we as vocalists, it is like generally believed that we are the leaders of the concert. Like we do everything. So we should also take up that responsibility to make sure that our co-artists are extremely comfortable with us. See, sometimes even if all of our efforts are run, it will not happen. Like I said, like people say, we are the villain in somebody's story, no matter how good we are. So, but still we have to try. I mean, it makes me sleep better at night. I know that, okay, I did this job. Even if the concert flunked, I did my job. Maybe there are things that I could learn. Or if the concert was successful, again, I could sleep better. So that is like very important. That preparation should involve your co-artists. Some people, what they do is, if it's like a very important concert in their career, for example, it is to an upgradation for All India Radio or something like that, or let's say Music Academy, which, of course, controversially, some people put it above than any other Sabha or any other concert venue. That's for a different debate altogether. But anyways, for that, people, invite the co-artists home and they sit and prepare. This is actually very common in the dance field, where dancers are supposed to practice a lot of times. So what they do is they invite musicians home to perform those jatis and the compositions. The repetitions are insane, where they have to repeat one line for 11 times, 12 times, so that they can emote different variations on Bharatanatyam or Kuchipudi or whatever it is. In Carnatic music also, this preparation, of course, nowhere near as what dancers do, it is still present. And I believe, at least for very important, large 2, 3 or 4 hour concerts, I think it's very important to have at least one session of practice where your artists are involved, and you can, of course, prepare the list of compositions. Of course, also, there are, in terms of Manodharmam, there are you can sing ragams. The way you sing ragams might be new for other people. Let's say Purvi Kalyani or Pantavarali. Sa pa sa re ga ma pa da pa sa ni da pa ma ga re ga ma da ma ga re sa. Some people will sing without the Panchama Varjam or Shadja Varjam. They can sing this in Pantavarali also. Re ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. Re ga ma da ni re ni da ma da ga ma ni da da ma ga da ga ma da ma ga re ni re ga. Like Panchama Varjam. This thing is very difficult for the violinist to play. So some sort of preparation between each other, and also that give and take should be there, where they can also recommend, you change this, or why don't you sing it this way, or I think they should also have a say on the list of compositions that you make, so they'll feel included and comfortable. Otherwise, I just sincerely feel that it is just disrespectful for them. Not involving them in the listing, and not preparing with them, and not informing them what you're going to do, and of course, on stage changing the list. All these things unfortunately happen. So these things we have to fix, and there are a lot of mathematical complexions when it comes to Carnatic music. There is something called as a korvai. There are things called korappu. All these things involve a lot of mathematics, and not like actually rhythmic mathematics is easy. Melodical mathematics is actually tough because you have a lot of melodical rules. For in fact, sa re ga ma pa da pa sa, you can't sing pa da ni sa, you can't sing in Purvi Kalyani. So when you make a melody, like a mathematical structure, you have to make it in such a way that it molds into the ragam without sounding too mechanical, and it must sound melodical. That is very important. So that kind of level of planning again should always involve your co-artists. So this is how much you have to plan, and it also that per composition's inbuilt intrinsic tempo is there. Within that tempo is how you have to sing your Manodharmam. You can't sing a big Manodharma for a small composition. It will be very, it won't suit properly. It will be very inconsistent. So like so many things you have to keep it. Again, it's one piece of a puzzle which has a million pieces, but this is how short I can
brilliant.
give it to them.
It's very interesting, because I was always under the impression that in Carnatic music you just show up at a concert and...
That is there. That is there when... So let's say if, people who turn 35, 40, they have like 10, 15 years of performing with their co-artists. So at that stage, the co-artists are not necessarily dependent on the artist. They're like, okay, I know what he's going to do. I've seen him for the past 10, 15 years. Even if he does something new, I know his style of doing it, and I can manage. And that disadvantage becomes becomes into a very positive level of curiosity, where they are all anticipating what each other will do. So that is very beautiful in the sense it takes 10, 15 years of hard work and experience at different stages, different levels, even simply different environments. Like in a cool environment, it is actually more difficult to sing. For some people who are asthmatic or have any lung trouble, if there are a lot of dust or a lot of clouds, it's difficult for them to sing. So like so many things, that the instrument also gets affected. Like temperature, right? We know that heat expands and cool shrinks. Of course, you're a guitarist, so you definitely know how difficult it is. So it matters on membrane-based instruments like Ganjira and Mridangam, where these are very, very detailed instruments, very, very complex instruments. Where from outside, if we see, just left and right, we can play. It's not that simple. It's very difficult, and I have nothing but utmost respect for people who go into detail and who learn performers learn about making the art of making the instrument, which helps them become a better performer also. So many things are present. After that is only you have that spontaneity when you perform. Even then, it's better to at least inform them or let's say a rough idea of what you're going to do. Let's say if you take Ragam, Tanam, Pallavi, it is nothing but mathematical complexions. So some idea given is better for the artist. Some senior Vidwans, when they see somebody very exceptional at their age, let's say people like Ramana Balachandran or violinists like V.S. Gokul, these guys, I look up to them. That's their level of performing, that spontaneity that they have. So people like Abhishek Raghuram, who's considered a living legend these days, when he performs with V.S. Gokul, I don't think most things are, this is what I'm going to do. I don't think that's said. It's expected for V.S. Gokul to perform. So that's the level of, musical prowess that these people have. So that is also there, where it is an honor for youngsters like V.S. Gokul to perform for such big Vidwans. So they don't expect. Sometimes they might even have fear to ask. And now what are you going to do today is, sometimes they'll have a lot of fear to ask that. Even if people of this generation are much more welcoming considered compared to like previous 2 or 3 generations back. That level of distance is not there. They are much more open. They want Carnatic music to flourish, and they are they're very welcoming to other younger artists also. So of course that respect also is filled with a little fear. So they don't ask. So their spontaneity is definitely appreciated, but it shouldn't be the case all the time. That's just my opinion.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Do you guys like sound check properly?
We are supposed to do it. But that's a good question. So I'll tell you something about December season. Margadi in Tamil, that's it. The problem with the December season is that concerts happen like one after the other, like at a million venues. So we don't really get adequate time for sound check. And I'll also tell something, a problem with musicians. Their planning is off. A lot of people, if they are given 1.5 hour slots, they'll perform for 1 hour, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. That is disrespectful to the venue, to the organizer, to the listeners, and the next set of musicians who are going to come there. Because you'll not have time to at least check your instrument's pitch. That's the most basic thing that you can do. I've literally seen this happen. And I also do not like this one bit where the musicians, the vocalists especially, when they perform, they'll be like, Tanya Vartanam, can you please only perform for 2? Who the hell are you to do that? You've been performing for like an hour and 50. It is their time to shine. You shouldn't be the one to say, can you please reduce? I screwed up. If you screw up, don't sing one composition. Skip one composition. You've been singing for so long, right? So these level of things are a big unfortunate problems. So sound check unfortunately does not happen perfectly. Even if it does happen, the guy who's responsible for our audio, he might keep changing this and that without our consent. And sometimes the unfortunate truth is that sometimes they just leave. They are bored. Most people, they are not interested in Carnatic music, those kind of sound engineers. So they just want to watch some Instagram reels or TikTok or whatever, they just leave. So if we want some, like after the first composition is when we really know how it sounds. Even after the sound check. After the first composition is how we actually know. Okay, maybe the mridangam left can be a little more so that I can enjoy. Because see, we are also we are supposed to be enjoyers.
Correct.
But the biggest craving for me as a musician is that I want to be Rasika also. Not just me, but also my fellow artists. I want to enjoy what they are singing. I don't want this to be a hyper competitive, this whole UPSC exam. I don't want this to be like that. So, unfortunately, the sound engineer will sometimes he'll just vanish, or sometimes he'll not have the knowledge to do certain things. So we do not even want to go there when it comes to high mids or low mids. We just gain. That's it. You just give us gain, either monitor or house. Some sabhas will not have proper monitors, or most sabhas unfortunately lack proper kind of sound design when it comes to how you hear.
That,
Unfortunately, it's sad because all they care about is profit and money. So you have to be in such a stature, such a big level of musician to kind of bring a change into how it sounds. And see, they actually do it. When they ask the sound people to do it, they are with fear they stand and they do it. But they'll not do the same for younger musicians. So unfortunately, that is there. I hope it changes, and it also comes to us. Regardless of the sound, we are expected to perform exceptionally well in every single of our concerts, which generally is not the case. We are not machines. Some days will not be our best. We have to be good actors also. As artists, as singers, as mridangis, we have to be good actors also. Our instrument, even if it's a vocal cord, our instruments might not be at the best, and on a certain, it might even be at the worst. But it's a commitment. We have taken it up, we have practiced, we have prepared, and we're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. So when the sound also is not, listening to us, then it becomes very difficult. Yeah, that is there.
You have all skill and technique and all that, but do you also feel something beyond, like something more profound spiritually when maybe while performing?
It depends. For example, people who have a very sincere belief in whatever God that they or whatever deity that they pray to. Let's say if it's Lord Murugan, some slokas when they sing, they themselves might become very emotional, and that level of connection will be there. Unfortunately, I do not have such experience because personally, I do believe God is there, but I generally don't believe the human interpretations of God, because I think we are microscopic in this cosmos. We don't even have the level to even comprehend what actual God looks like. But I still respect whatever is there, and I do not want to, belittle on others' beliefs. And of course, I am a performing art. I'm a practicing artist, so I have to have a certain belief on that God and whatever lyrics has been given. So just even if you don't have that connection with God, just understanding the lyrics and emoting that lyrics is very important. That is how you can emote properly. That is how you can bring life to your art. So, because all of these compositions have a meaning to them, even if it's in Telugu, Kannada, Tamil, Sanskrit, or whatever language, Malayalam, or whatever it is, even if it can even be in Manipravalam, where multiple languages are involved in a single composition. Instead of singing, Summa learning and singing, you should also spend some time learning the lyrics, like try to understanding just the basics of the lyrics of what you know. It might feel daunting because of the number of compositions that you've learnt. But still, just understanding at least what you're singing on that stage. For example, if I'm singing a composition called Telileru Rama, it's in ragam Dhenuka. Sari ga ma pa da ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa. Teliyaleru Rama bhakti margamulu. It means Tyagaraja Swami is asking to Rama, I don't know what is the way for bhakti. What is the way to bhakti? In fact, it's so beautiful. After finishing the Pallavi, he again repeats the Pallavi. Then only he goes to the Pallavi. So here you should not be all happy, gala gala and sing. You have to emote in a certain way. You can't do Manodharmam here. I wouldn't do Manodharmam. See, if you want to do, you can do. I'm not going to stop. I wouldn't do Manodharmam here. I would simply sing the composition and emote in such a way. I'll not really enjoy all those things. I'll simply be in a kind of state of stance. Trance. That's the right word. So that is how you do. Of course, this is all acting. All right, this is all just on the stage. That's what you're doing. So that's some people really get into it. Some people, even if there is no composition, just by singing the ragam, can be devotees of music. My father is a very inspiring example for that. He is a devotee of music. My dad is a staunch atheist.
I know him well.
He doesn't believe in God at all. But he believes in his music as God. It's like every day I practice, I wake up, I'm able to wake up and sing a certain way or play a certain way. It's because that musical God or goddess, whoever it is showering me their blessings, enabling me to do this. So my penance or my offering to this is practicing. That is what he believes. Some people have a certain deity where this is what they think. Okay, Sangeetam means Saraswati or Mahalakshmi. So this is what we only have to pray them. Of course, Lord Shiva, Muruga, all of them are invited. Welcome. Nobody is not welcome. But that one God, Lord Muruga, means that's the ultimate power. That is how they believe. So that level of trance is achieved with various means. Mridangam Vidwans, they might, I've seen many Mridangam Vidwans admire other yesterday generation Vidwans as gods. They'll be like, if I'm playing this, this is a composition of T.K. Murthy sir, Sangeeta Kalanidhi. He's like, Murthy sir is the god of this. So if I'm playing this, I need his blessings. I want to play this in such a way. This is a Manisar's Karigodi Manisar composition. Be like, that is the god of Mridangam. So I want to play it in such a way. That is the god. They have to play like this. So for example, Parani Subramaniam Pillai is like Takadim, Tatadim, Takadim, Tatadim, Takadim, Tatadim, Tarik. Like a lot of these compositions are present. So when you're playing that, they'll consider that as a god. I've seen that. Instrumentalists consider other major instrumentalists as a huge inspiration, like a god level. Singers do that too. Like for me, G.N. Balasubramaniam sir is Ultimate. So I do that too. I look up to such people. I like, okay, this is the level of that the way we make our listeners feel at heart. This is what I want to do. So this guy is my God. He did it. I want to do that too.
Okay.
So shouldn't be imitation.
Yeah. Okay.
It should be an inspiration where you also have to mold your style in such a way where you take from other musicians and do it. So yeah.
You briefly touched upon improvisation. Can you talk more about it? I know Carnatic music is a highly improvised form of music.
Yes.
Is there a balance like between the rehearsals and the improvisation? Do you have...
It's very subjective. It's very subjective and it's very... it's not static at all. It's so variable. You can't even predict. There are a lot of factors like your mental health must be set on that day of the concert. No matter how well you prepare, your vocal health must be well. Your audio must be good, and your co-artists must be also in the same. Where the instruments also, listen to what they want. They listen to them. That level of unity is important, and it's super difficult to get. It's super difficult to get at such a young age like mine. Some people attain it at a very young age. Ramakrishnan Murthy Anna attained it at a very young age. Some people attain it at a very old age. They struggle and struggle.
You mean to freely improvise?
Yes, to freely improvise. Because all of these things are essential for you to be comfortable enough to even think outside what you want to do.
Yeah.
See, you can only prepare, okay, here I'll sing a little bit of Manodharmam on the top, Saaka Mela I'll sing, here I'll sing in the bottom, or here I'll do some korap. You can have this like a rough idea, but actual improvisations happen on how you feel on the stage.
Yes, exactly.
You have to be comfortable. You have to also be forgiving enough to understand you're not a perfect musician. Nobody is a perfect musician. There's beyond the point, there's no such thing as, perfection.
Yes.
That variableness, that possibility of newer things, newer complexions, newer ideas is what makes Carnatic music so beautiful and so universal. Like you can even say a lot of other forms of music can take Carnatic music as inspiration. That is how open and universal it is, theoretically. So that level of freedom you can never predict on rehearsal. You can only give a brief idea. If you're performing a 3-hour concert, you can have a plan like this. Sometimes you might feel, okay, I only planned for like 5 minutes of ragam, but I feel so much in mood to sing more in this. So why don't I sing more? You might just complete. You won't even think about this. You'll just miss even this. You'll start singing. I just watch the time. Oh shit! 7 minutes gone. So you'll be like that. Tension will start happening. So you must not be that rigid. Also,
okay.
You can plan, but rigidity ultimately can also be beyond the point. Can be an enemy for progress in Carnatic music. That rigidity should not be there.
Okay. What role does the audience play for you?
Role of the audience. See. Carnatic concerts these days have become more of a marketing tool than something of like proper one-sided income. Right? So what we expect our audience to do, our expectation is one, to forget the enjoyment part. What we expect our audience to do is help us build brand. Help our name reach others. So again, it's our responsibility to make sure that our music hits them so hard. We're like, oh, I listened to this concert. This guy, this girl sung. It was amazing. Next time we'll go together. We'll listen to them. That level of hit to the heart is important. That is on us. But we expect our audience to do that. We expect the word of mouth to spread. We expect repeat audience. We expect the audience to come again. So that they can see different flavors of what we sing. So again, that's on us. We can't repeat the same list or the same thing again. So this social media is a big problem for us. Because if one list is there, it will be on YouTube. We can't repeat it anywhere. Well, hey, he sung it 2 months back. Easy, he's cheating us. So we have to be innovating all the time. Yesterday generation musicians didn't have that problem. Like it's literally believed where in one street, one concert happened, the exact same list can be performed like 2 streets away. The audience will be entirely different. Entirely different.
And they won't have a clue.
This is like 50, 60 years back where film music didn't have such a big, media didn't have such a big thing. So Carnatic music was very much the only kind of only source of entertainment for arts for people, where it moved from kings and the last set of monarch kings, and it moved to like common audience. Terikooth happened, dance, street theatres happened, then Carnatic music was also going on. So these things are very important. So the audience have shifted, unfortunately, due to social media and coming, the level of attention span has reduced, both for the artists and the listeners, audience. So
that's not just in Carnatic music.
Yes, and Carnatic music intrinsically is a very detailed, and you're expected to know a certain level in Carnatic music to understand what you're singing. Without knowing anything. Some people can come and enjoy. Some people really would have no idea. Like, what is this guy is doing? I don't know anything. They'll never say, I don't know anything. Like, what is this boring stuff? I would just listen to computer music. So, that is how it is. So, most people will not agree. Okay, maybe I need to learn more. No chance. But like, what is this? All old people stuff. That's what happens. So, because social media is so easy, people don't really need to be educated to know what it is or enjoy what it is. Some cat going, some dog bouncing, people can enjoy it. Because Carnatic music is not like that. It involves a certain level of knowledge to understand what it is. So that is a big challenge. So we expect our audience to have a bit more attention span, a bit more curiosity. Again, a big problem because Carnatic music audience are all old people. They're old people. Their curiosity ended decades ago. They're like, if they like Sanjay Subramaniam sir or Ranjani Gayatri madam, they listen to them only. They're like, okay, youngsters perform, but this is like an amazing. Bombay Jayashree madam, amazing concert. T.M. Krishna sir, Sangeeta Kalanidhi, amazing. That is what they listen. So we can't expect them to also come for all the concerts. One, they are old. They need people to come. Sometimes they need people to come and drop them. They might be in crutches and all those things. Sometimes they'll have their phones on high volume. They will not even know how to put it inside.
Is that a big problem?
That is a huge problem. Not just old people, youngsters also. Little kids also coming there. They'll be playing in the phone. Sometimes the volume will go up. Unfortunately, that's sadly a problem. So getting back to these things, these are the kind of roles that we expect. Or most importantly, is the word of mouth, where they tell that this so and so, this is a performer. And a big level of that word of mouth is that if they have youngsters or people who are willing to learn from us, because most musicians, that is a very stable and a dependable level of income. Where Carnatic concerts used to be a very strong level of income many years back. Nowadays, it's not the same because the supply is here, demand is here. Demand is low, supply is high. So because of that, it's highly competitive. So your style of music must be so good that people are inspired to come, or at least let the next generation of their own family be like, please, go and you can learn this. It's very interesting. So like that, when people come, it's like a regular monthly genuine based of like an income. So that is very enticing for musicians also. Where again, we are all students of music. We can only say we are a teacher for this person, but we are all students of music. When we teach, we learn also. When we teach, when we practice with them, we learn also. We refine ourselves, we polish ourselves, like a cherry on the cake thing. So that is also very important. So the audience, that's now kacheris have primarily become like a source of marketing, where we are showcasing, okay, I am present, I am a musician, these are my skills, this is what I am performing, these are my SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, threat, whatever it is. These things are present. That is how we are advertising. That's the role of concerts nowadays.
Okay.
So if somebody comes to learn from me, you can search, I'll share links of my recent concerts. This is how I sing. So do you want to learn from a teacher or do you want to learn from a performer? It's like, this motorsports analogy. If you want to get a bike or a car or something, if you have the same team to cheer in a race day, like win on Sundays and sell on Mondays, same thing. So you learn from a performer, you actually learn to perform music. Right? You learn from a teacher, you learn music. You want to learn music or perform? What do you want to do? That's simply my question. So that is how, as a performer, that's your USP with terms to students and of course audience also. You know that knack, how to capture the minds, how to capture the emotions of audience. That is very important for anybody to learn music. That's very important. So that is how audience play a very important role. They can be your cheerleaders in a concert. They can be your students. They can be your well-wishers. They can even be your critics. It's fine. It's no necessity for everybody to like. You don't like everybody. Right? You can't expect everybody to like.
So how seriously do you take feedback both from audience and from critics?
From audience and critics. So I always consider it with an open kind of thing, because when we start questioning them about their right to question us, we'll never learn. Sometimes they might give some comedy in terms of, feedback. They'll say some like senseless comedy. It's fine.
Yeah.
That is their understanding. Again, I would take responsibility to make sure that they learn, okay, maybe something I said was wrong. Maybe this is the right thing. But it's again my responsibility to do that as a musician. If an audience has a half-baked knowledge or an over-baked knowledge of like fully roasted, like deep roasted knowledge, there's no point. But then again, you must be open to take criticism so that you can always grow. Again, audience ultimately are the king of your career. The more audience that you bring, it is more enticing for an organizer to call you for a concert instead of others. If you're bringing 100 people and some other guy, even if he's a better performer, if he only brings 10 people, you will only be favored.
Yeah.
Those 100 people can become 100 ticketed people.
Yeah.
That is income for the organizer. So, both fortunately and unfortunately, Carnatic music can be shaped by people with half knowledge. That is the problem here. Fortunately and unfortunately, Carnatic music or the evolution or the movement of Carnatic music can be shaped by people with little or half knowledge. They're like, okay, I enjoy this more. They don't know if it's substandard or amazing. They're like, I enjoy this. So they demand this only. So what happens is that this thing unfortunately starts narrowing down. There are many compositions in Aberi, but people demand Nagumomo only.
Okay.
There are many compositions in, say, Kalyani, but people only demand, say, like Unne Allal Vere. Many compositions are there, but this is only what Talli Ninnu Nera. Mari 1 or 2 compositions, what they demand. Like, oh, we enjoy this. They demand Bo Shambho. Many compositions in Revati, they only demand Bo Shambho. So if you sing Bo Shambho, you're known outside. If you sing something in Revati, like, he sang something, I don't know. This is what they do. Because old people, you can't expect them to go to Google and think or ask other people, hey, what composition is this? See, if you look at the live, this YouTube live, or other comedy only, on the comment section, people will not be discussing about the concert or anything like good morning, good evening. Like, ban this crap, man. Let people listen. They'll be like, what ragam? Okay, if I'm singing a ragam, they're like, what composition? They'll type the I'll be singing something else. Like, why don't you guys just sit and listen? Take hands off your keyboard and damn mouse. Listen to it. Try to at least take in what I'm giving you to emote. Right?
Yeah.
Try to enjoy the damn thing. I am not able to do it. As a vocalist, the biggest challenge for me is I am not able to be a Rasika at times. Sometimes I just want to sit and listen. Even in the concert, if I have an exceptional mridangist, for example, my dear friends Adarsh Devarajan and Kishore Ramesh, I look up to these people, phenomenal mridangam artists. When I listen to them, sometimes like I just want to get off the stage, go sit down and listen to. This is literally what I want to do. So I can't do it. Even when I'm performing, like singing something, one line they might play in a very exceptional way. I'll be like, I want to listen to somebody else or myself singing, but not sing. So I don't have that advantage. So when you guys do that, when you guys have that advantage, listen to the damn thing, no? Why are you typing good morning, good evening? All this crap on the comment section to good morning, ji, good evening, ji. They're like, oh, mic is not good, this is not good, that is not good. Listen.
Unfortunately, the time we live in.
Yes, that is unfortunate. Again, I would rather advise organizers to just mute this comment section nonsense and let people not be able to interact with others.
You just talked about organizers. I want to ask you, what is the role, what do you expect out of an organizer?
An organizer, I would say, is purely business minded. Most organizers are not very knowledgeable in Carnatic music. They are purely business minded. They look at brands. Rightfully so. They take risks. They take sponsors. They take risks. So they need a return on investment. They sometimes they don't own the hall. They rent the hall to do it. So it's a lot of risk and thing involved. So most organizers are not musically inclined. So you can be an amazing high quality performer. You can bring a lot of innovations to, like, enjoyable innovations, even if it's not mathematical or even if it's like purely melodical and a lot of fun. You can bring it in, but if the people are not open to it, then there's no chance. So I can't expect an organizer to be, you have to learn Carnatic music and you have to understand you can't do that. It's not unrealistic. So you have to sing a certain way, you have to perform in a certain way, sing certain compositions that that attract people, even if you don't like the... Oh, you see, honestly, I don't like Boshambo at all. I genuinely don't like that comp. But so many people do. So as a performer, if I want to gain traction, I have to perform it here and there. Right, I have to perform it here and there. So that is what brings... Organizers always look at how many people do you bring. They also look at what level or what time slot that you sing at different sabhas. So even if they look at it, if you don't bring people, even if you're an exceptional, they'll put you in a slot like 12 to 1 or where people will be nicely eating and sleeping. They'll eat, come, sleep. So there's no point. That they'll eat and leave also. So there's no point of you. It'll be like 2 people or 3 people sitting in the hall. So that whatever you do, it'll be depressing. Very depressing. Where you're like, what is the point of all this? I'm working so hard. I am bringing a lot of innovation. But the same guy singing Boshambo 10 times, he's getting audience. So this frustration will unfortunately build. So we must find a balance where today the most powerful tool for marketing is social media. Beyond concerts. Concerts, some 10 people, 100 people will be there. Social media is for the world. If you go to my Instagram and watch, I have been performing, I've been creating reels, I've made a special way where I sing, I play the mridangam, I play the flute all on one frame without the use of any green screen. So like unique things, not just me, people have done much more than me also. So these things is how you bring, oh, this guy did this, oh, nobody else have done this, oh, this guy did this, or even a common composition, if you're able to present it in a very beautiful, unique way, that captures audience. See, my maximum is say 2,000 or 3,000. There are people with millions and millions of views, and even if they sing a very normal, even if they play very normal, okay-ish way, even if it's in a bad way, people get views. So that is always that or a lucky draw is always present. So you need to keep working on it. See, personally, I felt burnt out. It's been a long time since I uploaded a reel or something. I felt burnt out. Be like, okay, I'm doing this. People know me. I'm working. I have concerts, and I'm happy with it. But at the same time, what do I do new? So even if I have like 10, 12 reels ready with me, I'm not satisfied with it. I'm like, I can do better. So I always have this self-judgment on what I can do to make organizers. It all hawks back to them. When people start talking about it, organizers also start talking about it. Hey, this new guy is coming up. He's from this and there. He learned from so and so, and he's coming up. Let us put him for a concert or something. And again, you have to have stage manners, etiquettes, the way you talk to organizers. You have to apply. Like now, it's June now. People now is a good time for you to go and apply at different sabhas, different season. Organizers. You have to introduce, give your CV. People still rely on comp CDs and all. You have to burn CDs and give it to them. People still live in the 1960s and 70s. I mean, you can't do anything in there. You have to have a concert of you recorded and all those things, and you have to show that you've performed here and there. This is constant. Like if you're not able to bring people, as many people as you want, this is constant. You have to keep doing it all the time. So that's where people start to think, okay, maybe I'm not able to lay on this full time. Let me go for a job and also do this. Nothing wrong in doing that. But I always prefer a full-time musician when it comes to opportunities. A full-time musician deserves it more than someone who has a backup job. See, anyways, people are teaching. People, a lot of young kids are interested. A lot of parents, young kids also are interested in learning Carnatic music. So I genuinely don't believe in this death of Karna, nothing like that. People loved it 8 years back. People love it today. Some people are going to love it. Maybe the quantity decreases, considering the if the reach is not as good, or if it's getting streamlined to like 5 or 10 artists, even if there are so many. The reach is not that great. But because of social media, many people are watching, many people are inspired to learn and all those things. So that brings in regular income. So a lot of people are like, okay, I'm happy with performing 5 to 10 concerts a year, maybe 1 or 2 concerts a month. I'm happy with that. So let me continue my work and do all these things. My thing is, you still have to innovate. You still have to practice and keep innovating. You can't it's not fair for you to sit at the same place and not explore your talent. Forget your contribution to music. What's the contribution that you do to yourself also? You can't pass off 40 years and look back and say, I didn't do anything. I learned 5 varnams, I know 5 varnams today. You can't do that. The kind of the kind of kickback it has is insane. You'll regret it. So you have to keep innovating so that someday you don't wake up and think 40 years have passed, I didn't do anything. You shouldn't have that. You must try. You fail or that's immaterial. You must try so that you can sleep well at night. That's very important.
How difficult is it to make, we are talking about money, so I'm just, to make a living as a Carnatic performer?
Performer, very difficult. As a performer, very difficult. Because at some point of time, good taste in Carnatic music can also be a curse. This is like, sometimes you're like...
Now you're sounding like your dad.
Yeah. See, again, same blood only. So, great taste in Carnatic music can sometimes be a curse. Where you're like, how do people even enjoy this? You can feel this artist, I'm never going to bring names here because, due respect to everybody's tastes, you can say, this guy shouts. He shouts his brain out. He's shouting on the top. He has no range. He has no speed. A lot of technical errors are present. He's bringing in swarams that are not present in the ragam when he's singing something. How do people like? People just like it. Why are you asking? Liking is subjective. People just like it. So some people, because of that, even if they are not perfect, the way they make people feel brings audience. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter how technically sound your music is. In Western, it's different. If it's not technically, it will sound like shit. The people will know. Carnatic music, unfortunately, I don't think it's the case. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think there's enough on both sides.
Yeah. So as a performer, you need to be at such a stage. For example, now Sanjay Subramaniam sir does a very interesting thing. He does something called Sanjay Sabha. He's like, I will perform when I want to. And I know I have so many people who will happily come and listen to me. Who will pay whatever fees I want. So I will set a date. I'll perform on this day. Let people come and pay me. People like that can survive, can flourish, not just survive, flourish.
But he's at top.
Top level.
But what about like a person who's not at that level?
Exactly. See, that took him 30 years. That took him 30, 40 years of hard work. And it took him so much hard work, and he was a violinist first. He lost his playing in an accident. That's how he transitioned into vocal, and that's his level of hard work for who he is today. Likes, dislikes, not important here. You have to give respect to what he is. For youngsters like us, it's very difficult. So what's happening is that dance is coming in, where vocalists are also performing for dance. Dance industry is even more depressing if you ask, because...
Oh, is that so? I thought that they always have like work and
dancers, most dancers are very rich. Where they have a certain level of financial backing for them to continue with this art. Where I'm talking filthy rich, where they can afford to just throw money. They're like, I don't feel a thing. They can throw money. But that is not the case with everybody, because dancers, at least I'll tell you, for Carnatic concerts, all you need to pay is your vocalist, mridangist, violinist, ganjara artist, gadam, or your tambura. That is it. Right, of course, the sabha, the venue and all those things, I understand, whatever it is. For dancers, no. You have to pay for the dancer. The dancer has to pay for the costumes, the chalangai, all those things. Each and every artist, the stage lights, the photographer, the videographer, and the dancers get nothing. They have to spend to perform. So again, only the topmost level of dancers get anything from tickets to pay all these people and also have level of money. But because they pay musicians even for rehearsals, very rich. They pay for rehearsals and for the show. A lot of musicians also go there for income.
That's what I was asking you. If you're a musician for a dancer, is it a better stream of income than a Carnatic musician?
Yes, but it's very psychological.
At the same level.
It's very psychological, I'll tell you. Because I started learning the flute. Because when I thought this COVID lockdown thing happened, and we didn't perform, and suddenly we started. We didn't perform, period. I had this fear. What will happen? There are no... People cannot come to concerts at all. All this online bedroom concert, nothing... I don't know how serious it will be. Like, why don't I, at least dance? I can do something. So I started taking... My father is very experienced in both Carnatic concerts and dance. He told me a very psychological thing that struck me that day. He's like, will you be happy? See, you've been performing on the center of the stage with lighting and all those things. People look at you. People come and congratulate you. Will you be happy doing that in the side of the stage where you'll not even be seen? And after the concert, nobody will come and appreciate you. People will crowd the dancers. Dancers are beautiful also. Guys at least will crowd them. That is how things are. People will crowd the dancers up. Guys, there are guys who are like, oh, she's very beautiful, I want to ask her out. They don't know nothing about... Let's just go. So you will have zero recognition, but money. Are you okay with that? This is what my dad asks. I'm like, okay, that is very interesting. How can I work hard for rehearsal and all these things and go home, like not even a single guy coming and appreciating or congratulating me for my efforts? Can I do that? That is a big question. So I can't.
Okay, but did you try?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay.
Because I had another problem, I'll tell you. Organizers, some of them can be a little close-minded. Old people. So the thing is, when they see someone performing for dance, like, what dance?
Yeah.
They are singing for dance. It's not appropriate. This happens.
Okay.
When you're going here, if you're going there, you're automatically sealing your own coffin here.
Okay.
That problem is, that's one of the most important reason why I didn't go there.
Okay.
But I have performed the flute for recordings, dance recordings I've done, where it's like in a studio where we record and we leave. The studio, whoever records us gives us the appreciation. I am happy with it. Payment also, I'll leave. Something is better than nothing, no? So that is there.
What is unique about a live performance that can never be recreated in a recorded medium?
Spontaneity. One answer, spontaneity. That can see. For example, if you are given a song, you've recorded my whistle couple of times. You always tell me, you can do this, you can do that. But again, you have a say on what I can do. If I do something too much, you can stop and re-record. That is not possible in a stage. So your spontaneity must be in such a level where if I am performing the same thing on a whistle, a concert, like the same song on a concert, I must do it in such a way where I create it new, but it must not clash with you where you think it's too much. That is something you cannot recreate in a recording space. People like my father have been so experienced. He can complete a song in a single take without needing or without the music director or the studio recorder to tell him to do this and that. Like, sir, effect, nothing that. No such things. Maybe it's out of respect or fear for my father. It is still there. His musical prowess is like that way. So that is how we have to build ourselves. Where if a music director calls us for a song, we must give them the confidence that, okay, say, Bharath is right for this job. If you're calling me for a whistle recording, you feel that you call me because I hope that you feel I'm enough for the job. Right. I hope you feel that I'm easy to work with. I hope you feel that I'm able to understand whatever inputs that you're giving me. And I hope you feel that I'm able to bring your idea to a reality. That is very important. So that spontaneity, it involves a lot of hard work, a lot of passion. Rather than hard work, that passion should what should drive you to do more. That sheer curiosity and passion. What if I do this? What if I do that? What if I take a song and perform it slow or sing it fast or do this or do that? You should have questions always. That questions is what drives you forward. I'm a sincere believer in that. That is how you inspire the next generation also. Like my father, youngsters absolutely adore my father. Because he's 52 now. He's going 53, he's working. A lot of youngsters look up to him. He's a jolly kind of guy. He'll never look at, I did this, I sung Vetri Kodi Gatti and nothing of that sort. You'll never see him mention his own achievements. He'll be so open to new ideas, both Western younger musicians and Carnatic musicians. A lot of them come to him for inspiration. He'll be so open. People send him their ideas and he's like, Bharata, I listened to something so incredible. Why don't we practice this? That little child level of curiosity is very important as an artist. That liberalism, to be open and to be not very critique. What do you say? Not like, hey, this is wrong, or hey, this is not
judgmental.
Judgmental. You should not be that. You should always take it. See, being judgmental is very natural for us. Like we listen to something that sounds like crap, it sounds like crap. But beyond that, what can we take from it? Why do you feel that it sounds like crap, or why does it sound like crap? You can always take that and improvise.
You think it sounds like crap, but so many people
would like it. Exactly. You must always. It's great if you can do some research on why people like that. What does it do to them, and how you can make your music too. You can make that music to also not sound like that but also take the good factors from that. So it sounds unique and also it's your own style of music where it also attracts a similar quantity of people. Quality of people we never know. Quantity we can always improve. Quality of people we don't have we do not have control, unfortunately. Higher the quality, unfortunately, the lower the quantity.
Always.
It is always like that in whatever field, automotive, music. Whatever it is, it's always there. And more quantity means more money, means organizers will call you more.
Yeah.
So fortunately and unfortunately, your musical quality might be compromised, might get better. It's always a subjective thing. I feel, this is a personal thing, I feel that Carnatic music has become, at least to involve a lot of people, to attract a lot of people, has become very limited. Where certain things are done certain ways to attract people. That is very limited, right? You need to open up. Where other compositions, other speeds, other tempos, other ideas are also welcome. So for example, if T.M. Krishna sir sings a ragam or Naraval in Varnam, people show it. People are like, you're not supposed to do that. Let him do, na. People enjoy it, let him. Who are you to? He's Sangeeta Kalanidhi now. Whatever political reasons or whatever it is. He's still an amazing musician. You like him or not. You cannot discount his music just because you don't agree to his political views or standpoint or his inclination, whatever leftist or whatever he is. So even if he is like that, liberalism, comes into his music where he's so open. He changed the order of people sitting, and he let the violinist improvise. He let sometimes be like, you say, play the Tanyavartanam first. These are all new ideas. If you don't like it, leave. Why are you saying, oh, this is wrong, he's doing wrong? That opinion, you can have it for yourself. You can say, I didn't like it. You can't say, he can't do it. You say, I didn't like it.
Actually, if you don't like it, leave should be a motto for, I think, the whole world.
Very much. Oh, very much.
We talked about social media, Instagram Reels. AI is coming in a big way. In all this circumstance, what is the role of live performance going forward?
I would say AI, fortunately, has not reached a level right now.
No, because also, like, many people think that watching a 15-second reel of somebody singing something perfectly with singing on Instagram is what is music and what is a performance.
Unfortunate. And again, I would not fault the people who think that. I'd always fault the musician. I'd always fault the musician. For example, if I'll give you something that's not entirely related to this. Concerts or a live recording. You know how many musicians are ready to do it for free? People are like, don't pay me. I'll do it. This is a very disrespectful, but even, prostitutes get paid. Right? People who do the worst, like very self-disrespectful jobs get paid. You are a musician and you don't get paid. What does to people who are supposed to pay you? Oh, I can do this, na? I have 5 musicians who need money. I have 100 musicians who will do it for no money. I'll rather call them and, exploit them. So what do these 5 people do? They are left without a livelihood. Right? People with a basic maturity will be like, you have to respect your own art. You have to put a price for it. That is important. So again, this is very related to how musicians portray themselves. Kacheris happen this way. People are like, I need an opportunity. I'll buy this slot. Like, God damn it, man, we need to get paid. Organizers are supposed to pay us. You're not supposed to pay them. But it's a known secret that organizers get paid. I'm not going to fault that. I am not going to fault the organizer. I will always fault the musician. What is it that you're not able to, put yourself out in the world? You want to buy out others so that you can put yourself out in the world. How terrible must your music be to do that? Right? That cash is a compensation for something you lack. It's to compensating to something that you lack. You're like, I don't have opportunities, so I'll just put money and do it. So what will the musician who's dependent on the opportunity will do? What will the musician who's dependent on that money will do? Right? So that is very important, and it also translates into how you portray yourself on social media. 15 seconds. Again, I'll not name musicians. 15 seconds. Melody is used. You ask the same singer to perform it without melody, he might be terrible at it. Melodyne is used. AI-based correction is used. All these things, AI helps there. Many people are not able to recognize that what is true and what is not true. So I'll always fault the musician for that. Why do you think I'm not posting reels? Because I know I'm not perfect. I know I can do better. So I've kept it there. I've kept the idea I can do better. I will not post it. I'll not use tools to make it sound better. Because again, that's a disservice to myself. That's a disservice to the art. That's a disservice to other musicians. See, greediness can only get you so far. When you go down, you'll meet the same people that you stepped on their head to go there. This is something that both my parents told me. I take it very seriously. I take it very seriously. I don't want that extra fame. I don't want that extra money by shitting on other musicians. I don't want that. I want to portray what is true. I want to portray what is original, what I am capable of. It's fine. Even if I'm not amazing at it, it is fine. This is what I'm able to do. Can I do better? Yes. Will I give the time for myself to do better? Yes, I'll do. So I will never fault the listener or the consumer. This is universal. This is universal for any field. I watch this closely with automobiles also. Right? If a brand is making a terrible car with a lot of problems and then sticking to that, we are Indian car maker, so you buy it. If the people are dumb enough to buy it, right? I'll not blame the people. I'll blame the car maker. You are selling so much. But you're not improving. The customer is believing you. He's like, Indian car maker, I want to support you. He's putting his heart also there, not just money. Right? So you should not do him a disservice. So you continue to do it. So what happens to the actual car makers who have a motorsports team, who have a dedicated team, enthusiasts doing it? They're left with nothing. That is very important. And in Carnatic music field also it is there. A genuine musician who might not be very knowledgeable in social media, unfortunately, his music can go to waste. He might not be recognized. Someone who's terrible can be recognized. I can share you a million reels of absolute crap that I come across. I can do it right now. After the podcast, I'll show you. You'll have a laughing session. People like this conduct schools. People know very little about Carnatic music or music in general. They conduct entire schools. They'll invite summer camp. They'll take money. You're doing such a disservice to the children. When they grow up and they look back, they're like, what crap did I learn? They will shun Carnatic music. That is how you kill this art. If you don't do a good enough job to yourself and you pass that on to others, you are ultimately doing a very massive disservice to the field. People who are accustomed to listening 15-second reel, 1 minute reel will not sit for a 2-hour concert. Of the same person. That's the funny part. Like, oh, what an amazing musician. The same musician does a 2-hour concert, you'll not sit. You're like, 30 minutes, enough. I've heard enough. You leave. So what's the point? So when you use this for marketing, you have to be very careful. You have to build your audience in certain way. It's ultimately your responsibility as an artist to educate your audience. It should not be the other way around. The fact that it's other way around is what makes you terrible. You know your art. You should educate that art to the audience. You should not let a half-baked person teach you what art you must make. Right? Let's say, sir, neenga idu paadungo. Idu mattum paadungo na. You're limiting yourself. You might have, same Nagumamu. Fantastic kriti. No doubts. There might be better kritis than that. There might be a different way that you can sing. But who is he to tell you what he wants? Because he is paying the money. Unfortunately, that is the case. So if you are able to show him, right, educate him that, something is better than what you know for the same money, that is how you catch their heart.
Okay.
Unfortunately, again, this is universal in everything. This is universal in everything. Automotive field, again, I can give you a very interesting example on how things are. Back in the day, motorsports was very important for people to sell their cars or anything, because that is the proof. Le Mans 24 hours. So if you were a participant at Le Mans 24 hours of racing, where morning 6 to next day 6 you have to race the same car. You should not blow up. It should not get damaged. That is proof of your hard work. That is proof of how good your cars will be. But nowadays it's not that. You read the manual, like, please do not drink the battery acid. Have we become that dumb? Have we become that dumb? Where audience are like, for example, customers are like, in India, how tropic and hot it is, we want sunroof in our car. What the hell are you going to do with the sunroof? Get baked inside your own car.
Get their kids to put their
head out. It's so dumb. The same thing happens in music. It's a hot climate. AC has to work overtime. You'll put more fuel. You open the sunroof also. Again, more heat is coming through the glass. So I want the companies to be like, listen, whatever you think is dumb, they are not going to give you a sunroof that just adds weight and complexity to the higher. It adds center of same thing I want musicians to do. Like, listen, I can't sing a varnam in the same ragam, other composed in the same ragam because you like it. That's not how it goes. It'll start being boring. Let me show you something else. Please be open to it. This respectful way of teaching your audience is very important.
Okay.
People don't do it. People simply capitalize on whatever little knowledge that they have. That is my problem.
Brilliantly said.
Until this universally changes until musicians come together, unite together and say, we should know the basics to simply start by asking a fee for our performance. Making sure organizers do not let others who pay out, we should not let them buy us out, right? We should not let them buy us out. We must market our music in such a way where tampering, software-based or computer-based tampering is not involved. Otherwise, for example, metronome or some shruti, assistance is fine.
Yeah.
Tampering is not good.
Yeah.
Tampering means that's not you. That's the computer doing the work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Tampering is not good. So this unity must happen, and I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
Simply because different schools of music don't respect each other. Like, this is wrong. How can he sing this? Like, this openness is very important. Like, you don't like it, don't listen to it. But you can always share that friendship and unity. Because these are common, universal issues in terms of Carnatic music. You can think, oh, artificial intelligence will never replace us. How sure are you? I am not sure. Engineers were like that. We're like, we hold artificial intelligence, replace them like this. It's simple mathematics. Whatever you do in engineering, the bean counters, the accountants will be like, no, this is too expensive. Why do they need you if the AI is doing all the job?
Yeah.
People are losing jobs left, right and center. Right? Same thing can happen here. How long would it take for an artificial intelligence to start playing violin for whatever you sing? It has already happened. I saw a recent reel where an Indian scientist developed AI to imitate whatever ragams that we are singing.
Okay.
It has already happened.
Okay.
How long till it becomes to a vocalist? Right? Technology is growing in such a way. Moore's law, people think Moore's law is dead, where transistor count.
Yeah.
Moore's law, something crazier has replaced it. People don't realize it. Moore's law states that the transistor count doubles every 2 years. It is gone.
It's
now
gone
it's
beyond,
like,
way beyond that.
Way beyond. People think Moore's law, we have not stagnated. We are growing at such a pace. We are not even able to comprehend what is going on.
Yeah.
So we can never be thinking like, oh, we'll all be safe. Carnatic music will be no. Yeah. You do all sort of crap like this.
Yeah.
You yourself will kill it off. When students learn half-baked Carnatic music, technically wrong Carnatic music, they grow up and then they perform and people shun them. That is where they realize they lost 10, 15, 20 years of hard work. I have students like that, where they learned the wrong way. When I am teaching them something, be like, I never knew this is wrong. I thought this is correct. I was singing this, thinking everything was right all along. I feel so bad. I'm like, it's okay. People, 40, 45-year-old people come to learn from me. Be like, they want to learn from a young artist so that they can be more open to these things. I'm teaching Illai. This is not how you hold Madhyamam or Panchamam. So, Sari Gama Pada Ni Sa Shankarabharanam. Sari Gama Gama is also there. But you can't Sari Gama Pa, it becomes Kalyani.
Yeah.
Like, I used to sing this way thinking the Shankarabharanam. What was the damn teacher doing? What was the teacher doing? Sometimes the teacher himself doesn't know how to differentiate between these. So they grow up and they're like, so 20 years of my hard work is nothing.
Yeah.
They're like, they'll quit. Why would they want to do another 1 more, 2 more, 3 more years? 20 years meant nothing. So what's the point? So this will happen if this goes on. If the substandard training and lack of occupational training goes on. This is a very big problem in Carnatic music, where occupational training is zero. We only get taught music. We do not get taught how to run a business in music. We figure it out ourselves. We advertise ourselves. We attract audience and we attract students. It's all hard work. It's all our own thing. So this must also be educated, where a certain level of responsibility is super important. I would go as far as to say, if you're not willing to take that responsibility to do good for your listeners, for your organizers, for your students, for your well-wishers at least, even for your critics, do not get into this. Do not get into this. You're doing a disservice. You're doing such a disservice where it's dangerous for the art form itself. If it goes like this, it can die off. People can quite simply lose interest. Like, over time, like ancient books, Carnatic music, Tyagaraja Swami, Muthuswami Dikshit were there. What happened to it? We don't know. It is a scary thing. It can become a reality if this is how you go. There are thousands and thousands of compositions, but if people only listen to 10, 20 of them, all the rest 900 will vanish.
Nobody will.
Generally will just vanish. That's a scary thing. That's a very scary thing, because we are quite literally erasing history. That should not happen. We should not. If we are very serious into this, we should respect on what is given to us. Always keep researching, always keep learning, so that we can imbibe and keep that legacy moving forward.
Brilliant, Bharath.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bharath.
Thank
This was a very fascinating talk.
Thank you so much. I this is actually my first podcast.
Okay.
So I was genuinely very afraid or a little nervous on what to speak, but I felt very comfortable.
Yeah.
And thank you for hearing me out.
Yep.
Considering
That's
the
the whole
age,
point.
Yeah, considering the age difference and the musical prowess
Oh,
that
you don't need to bring
possess.
that.
No, it's very important. I am a young kid.
Yeah.
Okay. You are like my father's age.
Yeah.
So you still had the patience to listen to me and also not interrupt me all the time. That was very...
That's the whole point of this.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for that because a lot of people don't have that listening. I myself am very weak at that. I'll always be questioning whatever words, whatever sentence. Okay, why is it like this? Why is it like that? That curiosity now must not be a hindrance in a podcast. So I really genuinely appreciate you for
Thank you.
hearing me out.
Thank you. All the best for your future.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you very much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed the show. There'll be new episodes every Tuesday, so don't forget to come back. My next guest is not only just a brilliant young Carnatic vocalist, but he's also a extremely